What's good, YouTube? You already know it is the Unlucky Bros Incorporated. It's your boy Triple N, and I got a deck profile for y'all for OverDress, Cardinal, Deus, Orfist. I am a big Link Joker fan, if y'all don't know. So this is like one of my favorite decks of OverDress because it's Link Joker based, and he reminds me of Chaos Breaker Dragon. Just artworks because his effects are very different, but I really like Overdress. I like this deck. This deck is actually the deck that made me want to play Overdress so much, and I just do. So let's go ahead and get in this deck profile. If you hear dogs barking, I'm sorry. The starter, Cardinal Fang Povey, just because it's a starter. Love it. A little cute little guy. Grade 1, Cardinal Noid, Rutus. When this unit is placed on V, you search your deck for up to one world card, reveal it, put it in your hand, and shuffle your deck. Let you get to your world orders, so really good. Its R effect is during the battle unit. Well, it doesn't matter what its R effect is because you only play this in the deck. So, it's my grade 2 for the ride deck, Cardinal Noid QBS. I wish we would get another grade 2 that has a V ability that's better because I want to change this because this doesn't really do anything. It's just if you put a world on the field, you can choose one of your units to give +5. I guess you can give +5 to itself, which is cool, I guess, but because I don't usually call units on my grade 2 turn. So, and then the main Cardinal Death Orfist. During your turn, if your world is Dark Knight or Abyssal Dark Knight, this unit gets +5. If your world is an Abyss Dark Knight, counterblast 2 and call up to 3 shadow tokens. This is a call token deck. You really don't have to waste your hand. You can literally call a field if you play it correctly, and just love it. And then like the Abyssal Dark Knight just sounds so cool. I got to play and I was just like, yeah, Abyssal Dark Knight. Call forth my shadow army. Like this is a fun deck just to play. But let's go ahead and get into the profile itself. Let's get into the deck. Three Cardinal Death Orfist. You want a Persona Ride. Persona Riding is great in Overdress. You get that +10 to the field and get that extra draw. So you want a Persona Ride. So you gotta run the other 3. So 4 of Lightning Thief Monster, Japatail. If your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, when this card would attack, it battles all the units in your opponent's column. So if your opponent really wants to keep some cards on the field, they have to double guard to stop it. I played this yesterday, and this card right here came so useful. It was so nice, like just being able to just hit multiple units when swinging is really nice. So your opponent's going to be like, oh, how much is that? And if you Persona roll, you get a lot of power. If you got this behind a shadow, like it's just like it's like too much to try to guard and protect 2 cards. So that's really good. 3 of the order, Into the Darkness, Nobody Knows. I was playing this at 2 at first, but then I realized I wasn't seeing my orders like that, so I bumped this up to 3. You Soul Blast to play it, and when it's put in the order zone, you choose one of your opponent's rear guards or retire it. It's there literally to get you to Abyssal Dark Knight, but you can use it to like pop some cards on the field. But if you have enough of your other order, you could like drop this to ride or whatever if you know you have what you need. But this is still good regardless. On to the grade 2s. I play 3. Cardinal Noid Cubus. I don't like it in the ride deck, but I do like it on R because it gets +5 if your world is Abyssal Dark Knight. So this is really good. Hits numbers. It gets just as much power as the shadow tokens. So like if you can only get the 3 shadow tokens, you can call this, and it'll be like you have more shadow tokens. So I played 1 Polar Code Monster Drummer. The reason I was playing this at 2, but I bumped it down to 1 to put the extra order. This card's not really, like, you don't really need to play this, but it's there just in case. Like, you're like, if you want to counter by Soul Blast to get just an extra draw, you can. It's there for that, but if you don't need it, you could just ditch it to ride, or you could just, have it to guard if you want. It's in there just to be there. You could swap it out if you want, but I played the 1, just the 1. It looks cool too. That's another reason. 4. Howling Moonlight Knight. I love this because you Soul Blast to play it, and when it's put in order, you draw a card. It's literally your drawer. Plus, like I said, you want to get 2 of these orders into the order zone so you could be in Abyssal Dark Knight to do your things. This is the best one to play because it gives you a draw, and drawing's nice. And since you call shadow tokens, you really don't need to call cards like that, so you can keep cards in your hand to, guard and stuff or whatever. So 4 of that. On to the grade 1s. I play 4. I can't get it on it. I play 4. Denying Mutant. Barbaline. At the end of the battle, this unit boosts. If your order zone has a set card, put it in the soul and counter charge. You really need to worry about like you have to counter charge a lot. So you have to play 4 of this in this deck. I think you have to play 4 of this in Prison as well. That counter charge is really nice since Orfist has a big skill. Since it's counter blast 2, you really got to counter charge so you can continue to call your shadow tokens. So you have to play 4. You literally just have to play 4. 4. Useful recharger. This is just for shielding. When you put it on G, you counterblast 1. If your world is Dark Knight, this unit gets +5 shield. And if your Abyssal Dark Knight, this unit gets so it's a 15 guard. Wastes a counterblast, but it just depends on when you want to do it or not. I want you to know, the only time I ever did this is if I wanted to do this. I never mandatorily had to do this, but sometimes it's there if you need it. Like, hey, if you drew this, then you're like, oh, I need a 15 guarder, and then you're like, okay, well, this, counterblast. Especially if you know you have enough to do your get the more shadow tokens, or even if you don't need the shadow tokens, but it's there, just for guard. So 4 of this. Last grade 1 is the perfect guards. Get these are the perfect guards from the box set, because you can, if you have less cards in your hand, just perfect guard for free technically. So yeah, make sure y'all pick these up. On the triggers, the 1 order trigger, because order triggers are cool. This order trigger is funny. I hit this yesterday. I actually hit this yesterday, but I was on grade 2. So, yeah. But orders are orders. So, I mean, not orders. Over triggers are great. So, there you go. I play 4, 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 crit. You want to hit criticals. Like, you're calling shadow tokens. You really, like, they already have 15. So if you have a shadow token behind a shadow token, that's 30. So it hits numbers, and then that'll be 42 crit. You want to hit crits. 4 fronts, because you don't really need draws. You have a lot of cards in this deck to draw. So 4 fronts just to hit more numbers, make it harder for your opponent to guard and stuff like that. So just hit those numbers. More crits are better just because, you want to put that pressure. Fronts are there just to add more power, because if you persona ride and then hit a couple fronts or just hit a front or whatever, you hit a lot of numbers and your opponent has to either perfect guard you or drop a lot of cards. And then last 4 is heals. And that's literally it. Like, this deck does what it do. It's not nothing too crazy. You call your orders. You call your orders to the order zone. Get that call your orders to the order zone. Get to your Abyssal Dark Knight. Put your grade 3 Vanguard on the field. He starts calling them shadow tokens, and you literally just keep going in. Then you could play this against any deck. I played yesterday. I played this against the Dragon Empire deck that retires. And I won. Wasn't bad. Like, because it doesn't matter if they retire your shadow tokens or whatever. You could just call more the next turn. So it really just doesn't. It doesn't matter. So it literally just doesn't matter. They can retire your stuff, get rid of it, whatever. You can just literally recall a field because it gives you 3. So you could put them wherever you want. Like I said, persona riding is good. Ride over. Instead of swinging, you'll be swinging for 40 columns on your rear guards. You'll be swinging for 40 columns, and then if you get any triggers and stuff, you're practically swinging for 50 columns every other turn or every turn if you're lucky. I like this deck. I really do. I can't wait for some support for it, because I know we're getting some units that like can get shadow tokens on the field early and all that. You got to continue to use Orfist's skill all the time. But I did realize one thing too. I think in my other game that I actually played this, I only called shadow tokens 2 or 3 times. You don't even really need them all the time, because sometimes your opponent won't even do nothing to them, especially if you have them like in the back row. So like you won't even really need, because I remember, like I said, I was playing against a retire deck. I got retired. 3 of my units got retired, so I kept 2 shadow tokens. Following turn, I counterblast 2, called 3 shadow tokens. Now I had a full field of shadow tokens. A ton of cards in my hand because I didn't have to play anything. That's the thing about this deck I like, because you keep your hand. If you want to get more hand, you could probably take some front time and put draws, but I really feel like you don't need it. You hit the numbers regardless, and that's just it. I love this deck. This art is so cool. I hope I can like fully foil this out one day because it's just that amazing. But I'm gonna go ahead and end the video. I'm not gonna talk y'all head off all day. This is my OverDress Cardinal Orfist deck profile. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think of this deck profile. Let me know if you want to see more. Let me know what y'all think of OverDress. Let me know if you think you could see any changes I can make to the deck. But I really love this deck, and I can't wait for more support in the future when it comes to OverDress. But that's gonna be the end of my turn. Peace.